Hello everyone, this is the demonstration for the Trace monitoring tool. Trace is an open source performance monitoring and error detection tool which is mainly created for Node.js based applications. It is one of the best tools which can be used in a microservices architecture. It is very easy to set up and begin configuration of Trace with your application. So let's have a look at how you can start your application with Trace. First, we go to the Trace website and create a new infrastructure for ourselves. An infrastructure is basically just a collection of services that belong together. So you start monitoring a new service and create a new infrastructure. We can name our infrastructure as demo. And within the infrastructure, we need to create a service name that will be used to report from our application to the Trace servers. So for instance, if TechTalk is the name of my service. Now within the folder which contains our main server file, we need to create a configuration file known as trace.config.js, which is going to use the API key to connect to the Trace servers. For this demonstration, we are using the Checkbox.io application, which we have used in several milestones. So we'll copy this code snippet. And as you can see, this is my Checkbox.io repository. Now I go and I modify my trace.config file, which previously had the other API key. So now the key that was given to us, we can go ahead and put it in here. Now the next step is we require npm version greater than 2.7 to run Trace. So we can just go ahead and check that. And as it is a higher version, we are good to go. We need to install Rising Stack Trace with npm to use with our application. So as we do this, so we have successfully installed Trace. Now we can go ahead and import it in our application. So just using the first line, as the first line of our application code, we need to require Trace, and once our application is up, it starts connecting with the Trace servers. So we'll copy this code snippet. Yes, so now as we can see, we have required Trace in here, and once we do that, we can begin actually monitoring our services. So we start our server. As we can see, we have the Checkbox.io on that particular application. So this is a server where we have deployed Checkbox.io, and now we can start monitoring this application. We can now monitor our application on the Trace website. This is the dashboard for the Trace website, which shows us the name of our service, the throughput, the average throughput that the application has, and the average response time. Similarly, we have a topology view where we can see the different parts of our application. As you can see, this is the Node.js server application. This is the MongoDB database that we have, so it is shown as a different node, and the external client, that is our browser through which we are trying to access our applications. And similarly, we can view the different metrics in the metrics tab, which shows us the throughput, response times, memory and CPU usage for a particular span of time. So this was the demonstration for the Trace monitoring tool. As you can see, it's very easy to set up and start working with. You can also set up your own custom metrics, that is, if you want a particular metric other than the common metrics to be monitored, you can do that, as we have seen here in the setup page on our repository. Thank you.